Good morning, students. So today we will learn about your first chapter of computer, chapter number 1, evolution of computer. Okay. So we will learn about evolution and classification of computer. Means when computer come and which was the first model of computer, then after that what was the improvement or what was the drawback. So we will learn about all those things कि सबसे पहले आपके पास किस टाइप का कंप्यूटर आया था, कैलकुलेशन के लिए आप कौन सा डिवाइस यूज करते थे, देन अगर उसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम थी तो उस प्रॉब्लम को कैसे सॉल्व किया गया, फिर नेक्स्ट जनरेशन के कंप्यूटर आए. सो वी विल स्टडी अबाउट ऑल दोस थिंग. ओके, so this is the chapter we are going to discuss today. The modern computers we use today are very powerful and can perform billions of calculation. Means अभी जो हम रिसेंटली कंप्यूटर यूज करें वो क्या बहुत पावरफुल है और उससे हम डिफरेंट डिफरेंट काइंड्स के कैलकुलेशन कर सकते हैं. अ फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकेंड मीन्स बिल्कुल कुछ फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकेंड्स में, मतलब बहुत क्विक हम कुछ कैलकुलेशंस कर सकते हैं. बट डू यू नो दैट अर्ली कंप्यूटर वर ओनली कंसीव्ड कैलकुलेशन डिवाइसेस. मीन जो इससे पहले जो कंप्यूटर डिवाइसेस थे उसमें इतना फास्ट कैलकुलेशन नहीं था. वो क्या जस्ट एक सिंपल मैनुअल डिवाइस थे और हेल्प करते थे पीपल को कैलकुलेशन के लिए. नेक्स्ट, हिस्ट्री ऑफ कंप्यूटर मीन सबसे पहले हिस्ट्री में क्या आया. सो वी विल जस्ट have a look here, and side by side I will also play one video for the detailing part so that you can hear it and learn it very well and don't get bored with the history of computer. Okay, the evolution of computer we use today began in early 19th century when a mathematics professor named Charles Babbage designed the analytical engine. So first of all, the person behind the evaluation or innovation of computer was Charles Babbage in 19th century. It was the first design upon the framework of modern computer is based. Many counting devices have been used for thousands of years to help in calculation. Later, some mechanical devices were built to perform long difficult tasks. The electrical mechanism were developed in 20th century. Okay, so first of all, in 19th century a very basic computer was there, then electrical computer we have invented, people have invented, and that was in 20th century. Soon after, digital electronic calculation machines were developed. Since then the speed, power, versatility of computer have been increased dramatically. और फिर उसके बाद एकदम से इतनी स्पीड आई कि बहुत हाई परफॉर्मेंस की, बहुत हाई क्वालिटी के कंप्यूटर जनरेट हुए, इवेल्युएट हुए. नाउ I will play one video for detail part. Just listen to this video carefully.
Evolution of computers. History of computers. In early days, when our ancestors used to reside in caves, the counting was a problem. Still, it is stated becoming difficult. When they started using stone to count their animals or the possession, they never knew that this day will lead to a computer of today. Early people started following a set of procedure to perform calculation with these stones, which later led to creation of a digital counting device. This was the predecessor of the first calculating device invented and was known as abacus.
So in earlier days, people were finding difficulties in calculation. So they just keep on count animals, different kinds of animal for the calculating purpose. But after that, they invented one device, and device name is known as abacus. So this was the device they have invented for their calculation purpose. So if you will went into your book parts, so you can see this was the device, the abacus. This was the earliest known calculating device. It is origin is still unknown, but it is still in use. मीन्स किसने इसको जनरेट किया था और इन्वेंट किया था, that is still unknown, but we are still using this abacus device for calculation. And you all have must heard that thing in market also or surrounding people, like I am learning abacus. So abacus is a very short trick for doing calculation in mathematics. It is constructed as a rectangle frame with beads sliding on thin parallel rods. Abacus was used to perform arithmetic operation. So this device people use for arithmetic operation means addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Now we will move back to video.
Of the first calculating device invented and was known as the abacus. Abacus is known to be the first calculating device invented about 5,000 years ago by the Chinese. It was used to perform addition and subtraction easily and speedily. Abacus is made up of wooden frame in which rods were fitted across with round beads sliding on the rod. It is dividing into two parts called heaven and earth. Heaven was the upper part and earth was the lower one. Napier's bones. As necessity demanded, scientists started inventing better calculating devices. In this process, John Napier of Scotland invented a calculating device in the year 1617 called the Napier's bones. In the device, Napier used the bone rods for the purpose of counting, where some number is printed on these rods. Using these rods, one can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division easily.
Okay, so after abacus, people invented with the calculation with the help of bones, and the name of the person was Napier's bone. So this was the device designed with the help of bones, and this device they use for calculation means arithmetic calculation, addition, subtraction, multiplication and division.
Pascal's calculator. In the year 1642, Blaise Pascal, a French scientist, invented an adding machine called Pascal's calculator, which represents the position of digits with the help of gears in it. Leibniz calculator. In the year 1671, a German mathematician, Gottfried Wilhelm von Leibniz, modified the Pascal calculator and he developed a machine which could perform various calculations based on multiplication and division as well. Analytical engine. In the year 1833, a scientist from England known as Charles Babbage proposed the idea of a mechanical general purpose computer. This device was called analytical engine and it is widely accepted as the first design of a mechanical computer.
Okay, so this was widely accepted as a mechanical device, or you can say your first computer known as analytical engine, and this was invented by Charles Babbage, and this is also mentioned in a book, and this stands for electronic numerical integrator and computer. It was the first electronic programmable computer built in US at University of Pennsylvania. ENIAC was ready in 1945 and formally started being used in 1946. So you can see here. So this is the device we are talking about. So Charles Babbage was behind invention of this device.
It included many features which are used in today's computer language. This was more useful than the different English made by Babbage. Generation of computers. The development.
So now we will learn about generation of computer. So that was your first analytical engine, or you can say electronic machine. After that, people start generating or evaluating or inventive computer, and there were different generation like first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, and right now we are working on fifth generation computer. Now one by one we will listen what are the speciality or advantages and disadvantages of each and every generation of computer.
In the field of computers has divided into generations. With every passing generation, computers got better, faster, and smaller.
Okay, so in every generation, like in first generation, computer are much enough to do some calculation but not faster and they are very big in size. जैसे जैसे जनरेशन आती गई कंप्यूटर का साइज कम्पैक्ट होता गया, वो स्मॉल होते गए, उनको कैरी करना इजी हुआ और उनकी प्रोसेसिंग स्पीड है, मीन्स उसका जो रिजल्ट है, इवेल्युएशन है, प्रोसेसिंग है, वो फास्ट होती गई. फर्स्ट जनरेशन हाई storage, or you can say big in size, and calculation was very slow. But in second generation improvement was there, then third generation more improvement, fourth generation more improvement, and fifth generation speed is very high, size is very compact, means बहुत छोटा, आप easily उसको कहीं भी place कर सकते हो, carry कर सकते हो, और calculation within seconds it is doing right now.
First generation computer, 1940 to 1956.
So this first generation computer invented in 1940 and used up to 1956.
The first generation computer that has a main electronic component. The first general purpose programmable electronic computer was the electronic numerical integrator and computer.
Okay, so first generation computer device, the main device using their vacuum tube. So this thing you have to remember, in first generation computer invented in 1940 and used up to 1956, and the first main component of those computer was vacuum tube, and this kind of computer was known as ENIAC. Okay, so electronic numerical integrator and computer.
ENIAC is by James Westphal and John B. Mobley, the University of Pennsylvania. Second generation computer, 1956 to 1962. The second generation computer has transistors as their main electronic component.
Okay, so in second generation computer, in first we are having vacuum tube, in second generation device was using transistor, and it was invented in 1956 and used up to 1963. So this thing you have to remember, duration for each and every generation and speciality, like in first generation vacuum tube, in second generation transistors.
Crystals were very small in size and faster in speed as
So as you can see, vacuum tubes are very large as compared to this transistor. So that's why अगर device जो हम use कर रहे हैं configuration के लिए, वो अगर small लगा, हमारा computer का size उतना small होता जाएगा. So second generation size was computer was compact as compared to first generation.
Then to vacuum tubes. During second generation, many high-level programming languages were introduced, including Fortran in 1956, COBOL in 1958, COBOL in 1959. Third generation computers, 1964 to 1971. The third generation computer became transistor with ICs.
Okay, so now in third generation computer invented in 1964 and used up to 1971, and the main component behind this generation is ICs. IC stand for integrated circuit. Write it everyone. IC stand for integrated circuit. In first generation vacuum tube, second generation transistor, and third generation ICs. So IC you can see this one is smaller than those different kind of transistor. So third generation computer was more compact as compared to first generation and second generation.
Integrated circuit. The size of the third generation computer was so small that they could be easily placed on a small table.
So as you can see, the size of third generation computer is so small as compared to first generation and second generation, and these we can kept easily at home on any study table or any table at your home.
These computers are smaller in size and expensive and very fast in speed.
So third generation computer very small in size, less expensive, and we can say very fast in speed because we are using integrated chips here that provide the faster processing speed, means जो आप processing कर रहे हो fast है as compared to vacuum tube and transistors.
They were more reliable and accurate than the previous generation computer. Fourth generation computer, 1971 to present day. The fourth generation of computers used large-scale integration, LSI 1000 devices per chip, and very large-scale integration, VLSI 1 lakh devices per chip, in the construction of computing elements. These computers
So fourth generation computer invented in 1971 and still somewhere some people or many people are using this fourth generation computer, and here the main component is VLSI, very large scale integrated. So in first generation vacuum tube, second generation transistor, third generation ICs, and fourth generation what? VLSI, very large system integrated. Yes. So this system you can see at your home also. So these systems are fourth generation computer, usually in all labs, in IT lab, at home. Many people are having this fourth generation computer only.
More accurate and reliable than any of the generation of computers before. They can be easily placed and transported because of the small size and weight. This also includes
So as you can see, अगर कंप्यूटर का साइज स्मॉल होगा so we can carry that computer easily, उसको कहीं भी प्लेस कर सकते हैं. So all these are advantages of fourth generation computer.
hand devices such as tablets, smartphones, etc.
So, जो आप टैबलेट यूज करते हो, स्मार्टफोन यूज करते हो, फिर हैंडी कंप्यूटर्स यूज करते हो, all those are example of fourth generation computer.
Require a very small size IC and microprocessor. Fifth generation computers, present and future. Fifth generation computers are totally based on artificial intelligence. These computers have the capability of logical thinking and learning from past experiences. Characteristics of computers. C. Computers perform calculation or any other task very fast speed. The speed of the
So fifth generation computer invented in 1980 and still we are using, and that will be used in future also. Okay. And one more thing, now we will learn about some characteristics of computer. Like if you are going to buy some computer, then which characteristics you have to consider, means आपको क्या क्या speciality उनकी कंसीडर करनी है जब आप कोई कंप्यूटर बाय करते हो. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द फर्स्ट करेक्टरिस्टिक्स इज स्पीड, मीन्स जब भी आप कोई कंप्यूटर परचेज करने जाओ सो ऑलवेज चेक लाइक स्पीड ऑफ प्रोसेसिंग, मीन्स अगर आप उस पर कोई काम कर रहे हो तो कितनी जल्दी कितना क्विक वो प्रोसेस करके आपको आउटपुट दे रहा है. सो फर्स्ट करेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ एनी कंप्यूटर इज 1 second, that is only speed.
computer is measured in gigahertz. Many tasks can be done simultaneously within the fraction of a second. Accuracy. Computers are accurate in performance.
Now accuracy stand for correct result. ऐसा है कि जैसे अगर आपने दिया 10 plus 20, then computer should give you 30, means result should be accurate, processing should be accurate. So this speciality known as accuracy of computer.
Performing any task. The modern computers are so accurate that they not only detect errors, but can also correct them easily. Storage capacity. Computers have a large storage capacity, which is called their memory.
So storage capacity of a computer known as memory, and this chapter we will cover in second chapter also, saving information. So this is your second chapter of your book. So if we are telling or discussing about storage, that directly related to memory, because memory we use for storing some data.
It has the ability to store very huge amounts of data and information that can be used later. The computer stores data in two ways: temporary memory or random access memory. It stores the data only till the computer is on. Data and information stored in this memory is lost once the computer is switched off. Permanent memory. It stores the data in the ROM, hard disk, or on a secondary storage device.
Okay, so we are having two type of memory in computer, basically RAM and ROM. RAM stands for random access memory, ROM stands for read only memory. So this thing we will cover in chapter number 2. So if you are having any doubt or you are getting confused, no need to worry, we will discuss all these things in upcoming chapter in detail. So just learn RAM and ROM are example of computer memory. RAM stands for read random access memory, ROM stands for read only memory. Now I will skip this part because this thing we are going to learn in coming chapter. Now moving to the chapter number 1. So we have discussed today generation of computer. So we are having basically 5 generation. First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation and fifth generation. First generation we are using vacuum tubes. Second generation we are using transistor. Third generation we are using integrated chip, or we can say ICs. Fourth generation we are using VLSI, very large scale integrated, and fifth generation we are using what? You have to find out. Okay, so now we will move to the chapter and see what remaining is left, and we will continue from there only. Classification of computer, digital computer. So right now in fifth generation we are using digital computer. And how many types are there of digital computer? First of all we are having microcomputer, then mini computer and mainframe computer, then supercomputer. Now what are the differences between all this computer? We will just see. Microcomputer are personal computer based on microprocessor. तो अभी जो हम पर्सनल कंप्यूटर घर पे यूज करते हैं दैट इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ माइक्रो कंप्यूटर. देन मिनी कंप्यूटर, दिस मिनी कंप्यूटर मीन्स स्मॉल होते हैं साइज में और एक टाइम पे बहुत सारे यूजर उसको यूज करते हैं, पर्सनल यूज के लिए करते हैं, ठीक है. देन मेन फ्रेम, मेन फ्रेम आपके जो सर्वर होते हैं, जैसे कि अगर आप गूगल वेबसाइट यूज करते हो, ठीक है, गूगल वेबसाइट ऐसा तो है नहीं क्योंकि कितने मिलियन बिलियन और मीन्स सभी पॉपुलेशन जो पढ़ी लिखी है वो यूज कर रही है आजकल गूगल. तो वो गूगल का डेटा कहाँ सेव है? कुछ किसी बड़े सर्वर में सेव है, बहुत सारे जिसमें कंप्यूटर लगे होंगे, बहुत सारी जिसकी मेमोरी कैपेसिटी होगी. तो अगर कोई आप ऐसा कंसीडरेशन करते हो कि जिसमें बहुत सारी मेमोरी स्टोरेज है, जिसमें आप मिलियन बिलियन में डेटा सेव कर रहे हो, दोज कंप्यूटर आर नोन एज मेन फ्रेम. देन सुपर कंप्यूटर, सुपर कंप्यूटर आपके कहाँ यूज होते हैं? जहाँ पे आपको बहुत हाई स्पीड चाहिए होती है, कैलकुलेशन फास्ट चाहिए होते हैं, देयर वी आर यूजिंग दिस supercomputer. Next we are having some security. So this is the important topic, like if we have stored some data, then security is the main point you have to consider. As in your phone you put some password ताकि कोई आपका फोन हैक नहीं कर ले या आपके फोन से कोई डेटा चुरा नहीं ले. इन सेम वे कंप्यूटर आपका बड़ी बड़ी डेटा को सेव करने के लिए यूज होता है, आपके बैंक अकाउंट के लिए, आपके पर्सनल डिटेल्स के लिए, आपके किसी डॉक्यूमेंटेशन के लिए. हर जगह आप डेटा कहाँ सेव कर रहे हो आजकल? कंप्यूटर में. तो अगर आपका डेटा सिक्योर नहीं होगा देन देयर इज नो यूज ऑफ यूजिंग कंप्यूटर. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सिक्योरिटी आपकी बहुत जरूरी है जब भी आप डेटा सेव करते हो. So these are some do's and don'ts, means आपको क्या करना चाहिए क्या नहीं करना चाहिए. So first of all make sure to have strong password. तो जब भी आप अपने कंप्यूटर पे, अपने लैपटॉप पे, अपने फोन पे पासवर्ड लगाते हो, मेक श्योर वो स्ट्रॉन्ग होना चाहिए. स्ट्रॉन्ग का मतलब ऐसा कि कोई गेस नहीं कर पाए. सिंपल ABCD में नहीं लिखना आपको, ABCD के साथ कुछ नंबर्स भी ऐड करो, नंबर्स के साथ कुछ स्पेशल कैरेक्टर भी, जैसे @ एक्सक्लेमेशन साइन, इस तरह से अपना पासवर्ड लगाया करो. देन डोंट ऑटो सेव पासवर्ड. और ऐसा नहीं कि आप कहीं पे आप लॉगिन करो और वहां पे जाके ऑटो सेव कर दोगे. ऑटो सेव करोगे तो नेक्स्ट टाइम उस पर कोई भी लॉगिन करेगा उसको आपका पासवर्ड मिल जाएगा. सो नेवर सेव ऑटो सेव पासवर्ड इन एनी अदर सिस्टम. मेक श्योर ऑल फाइल्स आर एनक्रिप्टेड एंड डोंट रीयूज. और एक बार आपने जो पासवर्ड लगा दिया बार बार वो पासवर्ड आप दोबारा यूज मत करो, ठीक है. सो ऑल दिस अबाउट सम सिक्योरिटी. एंड नाउ some security violation means कैसे security आपकी हैक होती है. And last cyber security. Okay, so all this we have covered in chapter number 1. And students, if you have any doubt related to this chapter, because this chapter we have discussed already in classroom, that's why just for revision purpose I have shoot this video so that you can revise the thing, and in case of any doubt you can tell me and we can clear your all doubts. Thank you everyone.